effect on us. I was in the UK when you were actually being broadcast.
Yes, and what did you think? With a fool there,
No.
With a guitar and a sauce, reggae sauce.
I said to myself, the first thing I said to myself was, because I saw the guitar, and I said to myself, I would not market himself as a musician, because that not really gonna make it. You know? But I waited, and you represented so well, and you were so unique on the show. I said to somebody, yo, watch that, watch that. Because it's a unique element to the show.
Well, you have to be yourself, and I think the most important thing for me was that I was myself. I was a Rastaman, a Jamaican who have a sauce that has the colors of Rastafari on it. There's a dancing Rastaman on the color, and I wasn't selling that out. I wasn't hiding it. I could have called it anything else. I mean, most people, they said to me, Levi, don't call it reggae sauce. Most of the people that I had gone to before when I was trying to market it was saying that the name is too black, it's too Jamaican, and it's too Rasta. And them thought that mainstream people wouldn't have accepted that. But my point was that I wanted this to be about me. It's not really about what's in the bottle. It's about the whole concept of who is selling it. Yes. And I think that's what the Dragons invested. I don't think they invested in the sauce. I think they invested in the brand roots. Yeah.
And that's the thing that people don't understand. Many people don't understand about branding. That it's about an experience. Most of the branding is in your head and in your spirit. It's not physical. The
product itself.
It's not physical. Because you can taste something and have all kinds of... Somebody can spit out something that they taste, another person can do all kind of things for them. Because they're immersing themselves in this experience. And it's an entire package that you brought to them. An entire experience.
Absolutely. I think, there's this thing about, is it the product or is it the salesman? It's two different things. If you have a good salesman, then if the product is not good, then more likely the salesman will be able to sell it. And I think when you talk about branding, people trust branding. If you go into the shop to buy this bottle of water here, if the teller is not really paying you attention, he don't have the passion to sell you, you're probably not going to buy it. It don't affect on the teller, it affects on the person who owns it. But it's the person in front of you, you're expecting to show you that passion. So it's all about brands and it's all about who is in front of you that's selling you.
So why not sauce?
Why, the secret enough, but they tell you when I get investment from you. But people ask me that all the time because somebody rang me up the other day and says, Levi, you always talk about put some music in the food. Then where the CD there? I'm here telling them that it's not literally music. I'm saying put it in the food. It's about the vibe of where I come from because I'm a Clarendonian person and I remember...
Full of musicians.
Full of musicians.
Just a day I was trying to add the number of musicians from Clarendon. And I can't done.
There's a new one named Moranto, a young man that just bursting on the scene now. So you can't add another one.
You can't stop check them, man.
Yes. So when we say put music in food, it's the vibe that you carry with you. Because we know that music and food has always been together as a Jamaican. You never separate the two. So when I come with the concept saying music and food, put some music in the food, people kind of didn't get it at first, but now they do. Because it's about the way that you feel when you're cooking and when you're enjoying Caribbean food.
And plus, as Caribbean people, African people, we don't eat for anybody.
That's true.
Food is a spiritual thing.
That's true. Because many of the things that now I find myself promoting as Caribbean food and having to twist things a little bit so that the British palate can take to it. Because for a long time, the sort of the seedy Jamaican takeaways ruled completely when you step outside of Jamaica. It's not been a good thing for us because that's the reasons why Caribbean food hasn't taken off the way it is. Brilliant cuisine, fantastic food that is loved by the world over. But I don't think we've represented ourselves in that aspect we are talking about. Like the restaurant things and how the customer service thing. I think we really need to step up that. In foreign, we're a bit languish behind the other cuisines. Because I think London is perhaps the capital of food in the UK. And we've now just come with Caribbean food and stepped it up right up there. There's a big possibility for
because the Brits are dying for good food.
They're dying for good food and they've always known Caribbean. They always love Caribbean.
British cuisine is infamously bad.
Bad. Presentation wise, they have it to a T out there. And I think this is where we have to do with Caribbean food. We have to present it in the right way. And then it will take off. Just like how Indian food is taken off in the UK. That it was created in the UK for that purpose.
Yes.
Brother, what I'd like to know is what happened after you made the impression with the folks on the show.
Yes.
What happened there? How did you move from attracting
Great
them?
Question. Great question
to,
because
of course, being in
it doesn't automatically translate.
And it could have could have fell down.
Anything could have
Absolutely,
happened.
absolutely. I think the first thing is what your mentor is supposed to do. Peter Jones, who's the 6'7" tall dragon who invested. Even though two of them invested, but Peter is my man. He's my mentor, and he did the thing that all mentor is supposed to do: make a phone call to somebody. And his first call was to the chief of Sainsbury's. And Sainsbury's is perhaps the second biggest supermarket after Tesco's. Yeah, and his call was to Justin King of Sainsbury's and says, "Did you watch Dragons Den last week? You know, this Rastaman Levi Roots was on it." And of course, Justin said that him watch it with his family. And Sainsbury's decided to put it in 607 stores in the UK. And that is the biggest advertisement for anything Caribbean.
You think it's a little bit of walking there? A little bit of driving? I mean, distribution is what it's about.
It's what it's about. And I think
critical difference, yeah?
Yeah, it was really powerful for something Caribbean. Something that didn't sell out. Because I said, when you see the sauce, you see the colors of it, you see the green, gold, and red clearly. You hear that it's reggae sauce, so you know that it's Jamaican in there. So, you know, I think it was a fantastic opportunity for us as a food to get the food out there. Now, for my job is to get the music. Because the sauce now is sold over, 60 million bottles of sauce into homes that would never have anything reggae or anything looking like that on their mantelpiece or in their fridge. I think now is the perfect opportunity for me to get the music now into those homes.
Because the palette is open.
The palette is open.
The palette is open. So how did that materialize after? So you got to that point where the distribution network opens up
well,
to you.
the scariest thing happened because remember I was going around saying that the sauce can outsell Heinz tomato ketchup, you know. And most people that said to me, Lord of mercy, Levi, would say, what you say? Because Heinz tomato ketchup is like one per person in the UK of 50, 60 million people.
Goodness.
And I was saying that here is this sauce called Reggie sauce, which people couldn't even pronounce. White people couldn't even say Reggae properly at that time because it was so new.
Yes.
And here this Rastaman is saying that he can outsell Heinz tomato ketchup. But, you know, 3 months after when we were outselling Heinz tomato ketchup and reggae sauce was actually the biggest thing in the UK from the moment the show was on. I felt like I had to probably go hide somewhere in the hills. It's like where you're supposed to do that. Are you allowed to be a Rastaman looking like the way that you have a sauce called Reggie sauce and it's outsell Heinz tomato ketchup? But you are allowed to because you have the passion.
Yes.
You have the branding. And it tastes good.
And you're supposed to be here.
Absolutely.
So the question is whether you give yourself permission to. Because sometimes being scared is the biggest thing.
Absolutely. I think I agree with that 100%. Because the pressure was on.
Yeah.
Because there you was, from nowhere, I appeared on TV. Then all of a sudden the next morning I woke up. I was perhaps the most famous black man in the country that didn't kick a ball.
You were. I
think it's...
You're on everybody's tongue talking, believe me.
Literally with the sauce.
Literally.
Well, it was a proud moment. And again, it just reminded me again where I came from. You know, because any other island, I don't think this would have happened. I think it's got to be because that passion.
It's a big statement to make.
Of course, and I realize that.
Something special about this space, man.
Something special about Jamaica, about what I brought as a Jamaican. And I always said is that passion. And I say it all the time, but when I see Usain Bolt on the line and see the passion that him have to be able to have that boastiness about him. I think when the swag, when the Dragons them see me coming up the stairs with a guitar around my waist.
And the hat.
And yes.
How old is brother?
Then probably say, is he supposed to be next door in the X Factor? The X Factor is next door in when you carry guitar and you carry song with name reggae and these things. What are you doing on a financial show about business and enterprise? Are you really supposed to be there? Yes, you are. Because I think business and enterprise, and because that's what enterprising means. It's being new and being innovative in Princeton.
Yes.
And here I was being new and innovative by saying that the sauce is not just a sauce on its own. And hopefully people get over that fad of that first thing of them want to buy it because them see Levi on TV. And now it's 6 years after. And it's still going strong. So it wasn't the fad. It was the brand. Well, the brand and then the sauce.
Yeah. And it's